Alright, so we're gonna take a look at our second step in the writing process. Yesterday we maybe did a little pre-writing, maybe some handwriting or vocabulary, something like that. But today we're going to talk about pre-writing or brainstorming. I'm going to do this a little more differently, a little more simple, so that you guys can get through it more quickly. So I'm going to suggest that as you watch this video, you pause it, and I will tell you when to pause it, because it's important that you do this step by step. Otherwise, you might get overwhelmed thinking, oh, this is a lot, but it's actually not a lot. You can do this. Okay, so I'm going to just jump right in. The first thing I want you to do is write a few issues that you care about. We are writing a persuasive writing piece, as you can see right here. So the big idea is, how are you going to persuade? What are you going to persuade about? And where do we start? Okay, and you start right here with your issues. So write down a few things that you care about. And these are my issues. They have to be debatable. They have to be an opinion. I wrote down Trump versus Biden versus, is there another option for president? I wrote down taxes shouldn't fund abortion. Renewable energies are worth it. There is a debate behind that, believe it or not. Do it yourself. Empower yourself and prepare. I also wrote economics. Do economics like sales. Take care of your own first. Now, this is more of a national economics or national economy issue. Hence, it's the last one for you guys. I don't know if you would be that interested in it. The next step, okay, so pause your video right now and write your issues. You don't have to do 5. You can do more, you can do less, but I want you to have some that you can choose between. Okay, so pause your video. Okay, so if you paused your video and you're back, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to decide which one is the most important for you. Now, I prioritize these because of the steps that follow. Okay, so I want you to prioritize which one is the most important. Now, I put DIY because I care about it the most. And I know that looks bad for abortion, but frankly, I get abortion is an issue that is really important. But here's the thing. You are my audience right now. We can't really do too much about abortion right now. And frankly, the discussion is really not that appropriate for school. So that's why abortion is my second choice. Third choice, renewable energies are worth it. It gets way into science. It's awesome, but it gets very technical, and you guys might not like that discussion. Fourth choice, Trump versus Biden. Again, not super school appropriate. Politics is kind of a taboo subject in school. You guys can talk about it, but I, as a teacher, can't really get into that so much, or really shouldn't. Kind of a gray area. And fifth, economics. Like I said, it's the last one because it gets super into the economy, and you may not be that interested in it. So we're going to go into DIY, empower yourself and prepare. That's my topic. That's the thing I want to persuade you about. Okay? Pause your video and decide which one is most important to you. Okay? Pause it right now. All right, if you pause the video, the next step you're going to take is you're going to ask yourself about that topic, your number one topic. Where can I gather evidence? Okay, where can you gather evidence? So in my case, I have a lot of experience with DIY. I've been doing it for, 15 years. So experience for me is going to be my number one source of information. For you, if you don't have a lot of experience with something, you're going to go to news articles. You're going to go to scholarly journals. You're going to go to books. You're going to go to maybe some YouTube videos. There could be some credible sources there. Essentially, you want to find something that's reliable, will show you the truth. They're not just trying to sell you something, those sort of things. Okay, that's why I also put YouTube, because I rely on YouTube to show me how to solve problems doing things myself. And my people includes members of the community, tradesmen, my family, because I have, construction people in my family, people in my ward, things like that. So I just say my people, the people around me. Is this interesting? How can I make this interesting? Can I make it interesting? Now, I find it interesting, and judging by the number of students who have asked me about this, I would say it's interesting for at least some of my students, if not many. Okay, so pause your video and decide, is your topic, can you gather evidence for your topic, and is it interesting enough? Okay, and I'm just going to put yes and maybe a few exclamations, because it is. Okay, so pause, and now we're back. The next thing you're going to ask, do you have opposing opinions on this, or is this a debatable issue? Okay, the opposing opinions are jack of all, master of none versus master of one. Okay, do you know a lot about one thing, or do you know about a little bit about a lot of things? Okay, that's the issue we're talking about. So yes, it's debatable, which is better, right? Some good reasons. You got to come up with, actually pause your video. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Pause your video and decide what your issue is. What are the opposing opinions? Okay, and come back. What are your reasons to convince your readers? So naturally, you have to have a side. You might also write the opposing viewpoints, which would be for me, it would be make a lot of money doing one thing well, which is a valid point, which I'll have to address in my writing. But some of my reasons are I can protect myself financially. If there's a disaster, I'll have the tools ready to combat that. I can also help other people. So I could put protect yourself and others. Oops, that's not how you spell others. It also cultivates an attitude of lifetime learning in me. Oh, I already wrote help others. I can ensure that something is done right rather than trusting that someone else will do it right. I can also know a little something about, if I do have someone do work for me, I trust that they're doing the right thing, but I can verify. I know how to navigate and find the answers myself. I can verify that they are doing it right and they're not just lying to my face. I can accumulate things of value rather than spending money on other people's labor, or I'm talking about tools. I form a habit of work rather than relying on others. It's just more empowering if you're doing work yourself. It is better to give than to receive. It is better to help others than to be reliant on other people helping you. If you're say your swamp cooler goes out in the middle of the summer and you call your friends and they're out partying and there's no one to fix it, who's going to care the most about your swamp cooler? You are. Okay, so if you can take care of it, then you should learn how. That's part of the persuasive argument that I'm making. There's no reason why you can't be a jack of all and master of one. I'm learning to be a master teacher, but I also know a lot about the trades, right? A little bit about every one of the trades. I feel confident that I could, and I do work on my own stuff. I need to quiet my phone really quick. Okay. Are you a victim or are you a survivor? So here's the thing. You can wait for someone to help you because you're a victim of stuff, or you can take the reins and do something about it. Are you a survivor? So that has to do with doing stuff yourself. I'm not talking about vigilantism. That goes into the law, and we're not going to go there because it's totally different. It is similar, but mostly different. You can make a lot of money doing one thing well. This is true, like being a doctor, being a plumber. Like those guys, they have their place, and I'm not saying that you should never call someone to help you with a very technical issue, because sometimes you really shouldn't handle it, especially with electricity and water where you can really destroy your house or you can destroy someone's life. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, do call a professional, okay? So there's a place for Master of One as well. So then pause your video after you've come up with your reasons, and once you come back, you're going to come up with a thesis. And I am running short on time, so I'm going to have to rush through this. My thesis is, I believe that it is better to do things myself rather than rely on others to do everything for me. Doing things myself has helped me to cultivate the most valuable skill I have, the ability to work and be independent. Okay, so that just clarifies what side of the issue you are on so that it guides the rest of your paper. Now pause your video right here, and when you come back, you're going to come up with at least 3 reasons that support your thesis. Okay? So a reason to support that I believe in doing things myself is I can save money, right? I don't have to pay someone or worry about them cheating me. And I could find a source that shows cheating is especially common in a morally degrading society, and we can debate about that if you want, but I think it's commonly accepted that our society is morally degrading right now. Reason number 2, as I seek to do things myself, I cultivate a mindset that I am an agent. I feel more confident and I'm happy. I mean, I don't know about you, but I like to be happy. I like to be confident, and I like to be empowered, right? And this one is about investing. Rather than spending my money on something that doesn't endure, meaning some other people's labor, I'm spending money on tools, which I can keep, use for myself again and again. I can lend them out. I can, do my part in the community to help others, right? So after you've come up with your reasons, I want you to submit this. This is as far as we're going today. So copy and paste this into your Canvas, and that's it. Thanks for watching.